Hello, my jellyfitters. My name is Jim, and this is your Daily Brogue with the 16th of January, 2025. There's a vault. Um, oops. Let's see. Is there we go. So lever for this. So let's go check out the goodies. So I want to try to finish up the. Okay, what do we have? Negation, plenty, invisibility, spent mail, ring of light. No, 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 no. Yes. So this is the dumb thing. Probably best to do a dumb thing at the beginning all the time. There. Discord. Okay, got me the X. What else do I need? Nothing here. Okay, so I had been talking about last time, strategic errors as far as my story was concerned. Basically, I didn't do enough plotting, so I ended up with more fighting in the little cute Santa story, cute Christmas story, than I intended. I can live with that. It was actually a fairly good story, but I just think I should own up to that. It could have been a better story, I think. But it's good. So, as somebody that has not written a lot of things, I'm happy enough. Um, I should have. Left. I don't think so. It's a big area there. Let's see if we can. No. Okay, let's try some of these things. G, strength. J, telepathy. L, confusion. Let's wait a little while. I don't really need anything else right now. 5, quite a few. So strategically, I think I did reasonably well. I think I had reasonably good character design, um, based a little bit off of my Comedy of Robots guys, but it's fine. They're cute little robot guys. Ooh, +2 runic, something or other. Don't know what kind of runic, but +2 runic X is welcome. triggering is suppressed. Anyways, I'm pretty fine with that. I guess I did not talk about that earlier, but I guess the character design is sort of strategic compared to the actual execution of the art, which would be tactical. So let's talk about the art. I think for the most part, the art was all right. There were some things that I didn't like. So it was drawn on 3.5 by 3.5 squares. So it was maybe 11.5 centimeters by 11.5 centimeters. So it was fairly small. So that I do have to make allowances for that. However, that's not too awful. Um, there are I only did 3 redraws. There were maybe 2 or 3 that I probably ought to redraw. Not all the redraws were good, right? So some of them I redrew because what I was drawing was hard, and it took me 2 or 3 times to get a good-looking thing for it. And actually, that might lead into a strategic error with the design of the guard bot, which is basically sort of a canine doggy sort of thing. Because I only designed it in profile, not uh, looking straight out at you. So, there's an eel. Oh, of course, there's an eel. Oops. So that made drawing it head on kind of difficult. So, with M enchanting. E, Y, N, to E. Of anti-goblin. Oops. What did that do? Turret slaying, not the greatest. Not the greatest even of the slayings. Maybe good for a whip, not so much for an axe, right? Because an axe you have to get right next to the thing. Whips and spears and stuff, because a lot of times the turrets are in places that are hard to get to. So it would be preferable if that had been some other kind of device. All right. I am now in the market for some better armor. And that's a nice thing about your axe. A lot of things, swarms are no longer as big a deal. And anything to work on acid mound. No. We're gonna just try crap. Protect armor. Well, crappy armor. Still good enough. It should have been good enough. Usually any kind of armor is going to help you enormously against another X and another potion. I don't know what it is. And we're trying to avoid the acid mound. Because nothing sucks more than dying to the acid mound. Life. Okay. S. Invisibility. Going to try some of these things, or are we just going to wait? I'm going to wait. I'm not trusting anything because I've had too many cursed. Nope, that hunt. Okay. This is a good place for a pet odor. Sticking with all that good stuff. Then I come back over here. Space, plate armor, healing, blinking, rotate. see. I'm going to drop things that I don't care about anyway. B. Um, B. Or let's A. No, I want to keep A. All right. So the art I think was pretty okay. There were some errors here and there that I probably, if I was going to try to publish it, I would have done it. So if I was actually going to try to publish it, let's look at that. What would I have done different? Number one, I would have done each of these drawings, sort of the size that they are. Instead of the size they are, I'd probably do them um, on a 9x12 piece of Bristol board instead of just in a sketch pad that I've had for God knows for how long. I think they're the ones that I used to buy at Office Depot, right? Not the world's greatest, right? And based on the drawings, actually some notes in the drawings that it was in, it was like something from 2018. So this is really old stuff. It's not the stuff I use today. So I'd probably use better materials. And also do it larger. Instead of doing 3.5 by 3.5, I'd probably do maybe 8-inch panels and reduce them, right? Now this Now what this was for was to, the drawings that I actually put up online were the first part of a multi-part process. So, um, the first part of a multi-part process. So I made this for that second part, so that because of the way I was putting this together, which was literally I was drawing on little pieces of paper to draw on other little pieces of paper. So I was putting together a little comic book that I sent to Australia. Um, I needed these drawings to be a certain size, right? So um, the decisions were made based on the final product, which is good, actually. It's something you should do, right? So, but if I were to do something that was mass produced, and I could do some kind of reproduction or something like that, some reduction in size or something like that, I would do it. It always looks better. Things look better when they were larger and then you make them smaller, right? Okay. I'm gonna hope that pink potion to detect magic. It's most likely at this point. I do not have a good, good, perfect. All right, so that plate armor I picked up is good. Got an enchanting. That is not enough. Um, all those scrolls are good. The chainmail of other armor is crap. So I have the best weapon I've got. This is good. That's a ring of clairvoyance. Nice. All right. So what we'll do is we'll find a corner of the dungeon, and we will use that corner to do stuff. Let's try some of these. Oh, I identify. Okay, let's identify that plate armor. Just +1 plate armor. So we would like something much, much better. If we can find it. And that looks like there's a goblin conjurer or a goblin mystic in around a goblin totem. No, there's a door there. Cherry sap and more telepathies. Got lots of telepathies. Let's look at that. Look at that. That is a perfect place for confusion. Control. Let myself get killed by that thing. Yeah, plate mail maybe eventually. I should have switched to the chain mail. And that would probably not have helped me with the troll. I should have taken the invisibility potion and run, right? I didn't know that I had teleportation and magic mapping. I was definitely not ready for a troll, and I was not thinking about that. So yeah, I should have, if I wanted to fight, I should have at least gone to the chainmail. I should have gone to the chainmail anyway. Probably went ahead and enchanted up that axe because +1 plate armor is not that great. It's better than anything else I had, but it's not very good. Um, let's see. As far as that, I think I've said everything. There are some panels I didn't like that I'd redraw if I was going to publish it. I might publish it anyway. But if I publish it, I do have to redo the rhymes because the couplets did not all work, right? And I need those couplets to all work as couplets. I need rhymes to work, and I need meter to work, and in both cases there were problems. I did like the fact that I was doing the rhymes from the perspective of, of a nameless security guy staring through security cameras. That was good. The problem, however, was that there was just way too much problem There were way too many problems with the execution on the poetry because I'm a really crappy poet. Or another way to say it is I've written hardly any poems. And so writing a poem in a shorter period of time is not going to happen. Okay, so that's where we are today.